banked by the Ohio River and the city's abundance of hills. We're at Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And away we go in Cincinnati. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First carry here for the rookie out of Texas A&M. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go. They'll send their tight end right. Here's 2nd and 7. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Man in motion here. Daniels throwing on 3rd. He puts some air under this one, deep right. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Now right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. They'll run here on 1st down. And that's good for a gain of 5. That stop coming from Henry To'o. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing now, Daniels. Forced out to his right. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
They've got first down from the 31. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'd really break the backs of a defense.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Keeping it with Mixon. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Hey, as much as I love talking about these physical matchups, right now this is psychological. This adds some layers to this 3rd down call. Do you try your hand at another run and hope it fares better? Tougher to go back to it again when it just gets stuffed.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That's incomplete left side.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He fields this at the 18. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it'll be Bengals football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Play fake here, Daniels. He's going deep this time. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
That one's complete, right side. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals go up 6-0 here in the 1st. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Choosing to bring it out deep in the end zone. And the choice to leave the end zone going to cost him just a slight bit as he's out a little short of that 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. On the ground again with Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Finds the in route, complete. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the gun, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They're looking at 2nd and 3. Going right side, Mixon with it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun now for Stroud. Completed to his running back. It's a gain of 22. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Houston. Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
3rd and short, Daniels. Complete out to the right side. And they're able to touch him down, so that's going to bring up 4th down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Trying to push this past the marker. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll give to Mixon up the middle. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Chris Jenkins Jr. there on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Mixon on the toss. Escapes a defender. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Alontae Taylor making the stop. He gets a couple, and he'll bring up 3rd down.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
And the Bengals bringing out a 5th DB. They're in the nickel, 3rd down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their 1st. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Extra DB out there for the Bengals. 3rd down coming. Back to throw. Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field. I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Daniels now. He lets one fly deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Crosses the goal line for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. This one's going to be a return from deep in the end zone. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 27. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. 1st and 10, are on to Mixon. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. On the move, headed right. Hits his running back.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Stroud. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered feed on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Texans set to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Nice punts here, up and angled towards the sideline. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the gun, it's Daniels. Finds him over the middle. He touched him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Daniels on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Third and a lone yard coming up. Again, Daniels to the air. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or 2 short of that 25. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He puts some power on it deep. Big game downfield. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals will add to their lead at the end of the half. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That's up and through for the point after. And the Bengals drive their lead to 11. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. Running back sent in motion. First down, Stroud. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. He was hoping to get it to Tank Dell there. And now it's 2nd down.
The ability to track the ball. Right, ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, you're looking at a huge gain.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Now it's Stroud. He's trying to push the field. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
A final throw before the break. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Choosing to bring it out deep in the end zone. Poor choice to bring it out. Instead of the 30-yard line, they're going to start shy of the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running left is Mixon. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
A give now from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Catch is made down the right sideline. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. He's got him, that's Mixon. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Working quickly here. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Setting up the screen. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Stroud off the play fake. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Fairbairn now for the PAT. And the kick is good. And the Texans cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Handoff to the back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Derek Stingley Jr. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master, seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. To the air, Stroud. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Give him 24 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. Little nod, little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Finding Collins. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. Offense in the hurry up here. Stroud now on third. This gets the first and more. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They gain 14 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. That's the end of the third on Sunday night. The Texans have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. All right, here we go. Second down. Here's Stroud. He completes it in traffic. And in for the Houston touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans push their lead to 3. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
1st and 10 from the 41. Again, this is Mixon. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They kick the running back in motion. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun now for Stroud. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here's Stroud now. He has the first over the middle. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans grow their lead off the turnover. Nico Collins with the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans make it a 10-point ball game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 32. That's going to be caught by all. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Now, after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
They put a receiver in motion here left. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Hits his running back. On the move, past the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Complete out to the right. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Now Daniels off the play action. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Again, Daniels to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. From the gun, it's Daniels. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Texans take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running it with Mixon. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. They pick up a yard. Still need one more, though. 3rd down coming up. Now, before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They've got a man in motion. Third down, Mixon gets it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Texans ready to pick up their 8th win of the season. All right, set now, 1st and 10. On the ground again with Mixon. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Keeping it with Mixon. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
A give left side. Here's Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did. Kate, any way you look at it, any script you were going to write for a comeback, it started with the field goal. They had to have that right there, and they don't. So you can rip up that script, not sure there's enough time remaining to find a way to win.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it sets up 2nd down.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Daniels now. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And he's out of bounds past midfield. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. Back now, pressure on its way. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that one is picked off. But wait a second. Oh, he came down out of bounds, so that's just going to be incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on second down. To throw, Daniels. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get two hands on it and take it the other way.
He'll get this complete to Jennings. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They send a man in motion. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. So the Texans come away with the road win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Cincinnati.